music. So what we're going to do is this morning, we're going to be blessed by the CSI choir, conducted by Panis, excuse me, not Hungarian, German. Panis, and they're going to be performing two pieces, one by the Latvian composer Richard Dubra. They're going to be playing Laudate Dominum, which means praise the Lord. And they're also going to be playing a medieval Spanish piece by Mateo Flecha the Elder. And it's this wonderful piece about the miracle, the mystery of Christ's birth. So without further ado, please welcome the CSI choir conducted by Guntas Panis to Wonderful, wonderful. Rio Gio and Laudate Domine. Okay, today, everyone, we have a wonderful speaker who has come to join us to continue with a new theme related to hope for the week. So perhaps you all remember our themes so far this week. We've had, of course, hope for more acceptance, hope for more well-being, hope for more self-esteem, and yesterday, hope for more career. Today, however, we want to have hope for less of something. So today's theme is hope for less addiction. And for that we have a wonderful speaker, Olivér Tóth, who is a theater and film actor. He's a former student of CSI. Please welcome Olivér Tóth to the stage.
Good morning, welcome. It is a great honor for me to be here with you. I am actually so excited that pimples came out of my face. I haven't had pimples since 1980, so I really wanted to be here. The reason I really wanted to be here because Crescendo is a big part of my heart. You haven't seen me for a while, and that's exactly the topic and the theme that I want to talk to you about this morning. But Timothy Bench, actually 18 years ago, 17 years ago, 16 years ago, was a father figure for me. I still remember the feelings that I had and the connections that I had with him. Dudash Esther, who gave me an opportunity to come down as a volunteer and spend time 2 weeks every year, and it was a great part of my life, and I'm so excited that I can be here with you today. He was mentioning that I'm a great speaker. I haven't done this 15 years. I haven't stepped in front of a crowd 15 years, and actually I haven't spoken to a crowd in English ever before. So why I'm saying it is to have love for me, and I am here to tell you, I'm getting emotional, I am here to tell you that Jesus Christ loves drug addicts. I am here to tell you that addiction can ruin your life, and the way I know it can ruin your life, and the way I know that God loves drug addicts, because He loves me. I'm actually 43 years old. After 7 years of ministry, I injected myself with crystal meth for 15 years. I became homeless. I was living on the street for 2 years. I was begging. I lost my health. I was in and out of psychiatry. I was tied to a bed in part of my life. That were a couple of days of my life. They didn't let me get off of the bed because I was so lost. I lost my mind, insanity for days because of drugs, and it seemed like that I was going to die. The last part of my life when I was using drugs, I was up for 7 to 8 days without sleeping, and then I slept one more time, 8 days, once sleeping. I was spending most of my time up for months, and the human body was not prepared to do that. So why I am saying this? Because I want to create an environment of honesty. Because we can come here, and we came here because of music. We came here because of art. But it would be such a great opportunity to be here, to be open with one another. And I would need a glass of water because my mouth is running crazy. Okay, so in the United States, 37 million people are addicted to drugs and alcohol. In Hungary, every 10th people is addicted to alcohol and drugs. That means that whoever is Hungarian, he knows someone who is addicted. And check this difference out. When I was young, we all knew about somebody, that we heard about somebody, that they are using drugs. Today, my sister, who is 23-year-old, she told me she doesn't know anybody around her surrounding that doesn't use something. This is the change in 20 years. That means that I'm 100% sure that the evil, the devil, the background powers major tool today is to make you addicted to something. I do believe that we have a moment where we can say that it is an important subject to mention about addiction. And the two goal is this. I want to share this with you because, thank you, saving my life. My nervous system is gone. So 2 days, why I would like to do this, I'm going to share a little bit of my story. The two reasons I want to do this. If you are about to touch something, if you are right before starting to be permissive with yourself that it's okay, it's not a big deal. I'm just doing this once a while. I'm just having a drink once a week. I am just, my friends, if you are right before that, I want you to know, I'm getting so emotional about this. I want you to know that it can cost your life. It can cost everything. If you're playing with substances, it's not a game. The second thing I am here for, I want you to know that if you are already in trouble, that there is a way out. There is a way out. And one of the steps is, please use this time. Please use this time to tell at least somebody. Just to go up to somebody and say that, yes, I want to tell you something. You don't have to trust everybody. You don't have to be as open about it as I am, but I fought through. The reason I am like this, because I went through 1 year and 2 months of working with this. I am open about it, but I know that so many years, the only thing I can say is that I have no problem, I'm in control and stuff. Okay, so you understand. Okay, how does addiction start? How does it develop? It develops very, very easy. It develops with trauma. And I'm not sure how does anybody get addicted, because addiction is not that you do some substances. That's not addiction. If you do drugs or if you drink alcohol, it doesn't make you addicted. But to a certain point, in one moment in life, nobody knows why, 1 out of every 10, it seems like in Hungary, they develop a sickness kind of a deal. They develop something, an allergic reaction to it, that grabs them and they take them for life. I just had a funeral with my best friend. My best friend was 32-year-old, and he was a great, great talented man. He was 32, and he died of overdose. I'm not saying you have this problem. Don't get me wrong. Maybe you are thinking like, why are you telling me? Because one of the reasons I'm telling you this is because they asked me to do that. The other thing is because I do believe that this is growing. I do believe you guys, youngsters, on the rehabilitations from this year, not just addicted to substances and not just addicted to alcohol, but also addicted to screen are there. So the screen addiction ruins your life the same way as cocaine and crystal meth does. You will lose your relationships, you are not going to your work, you are not having the relationship with God, you lie about yourself the same way as using of drugs do. So I believe we can talk about it at least for 10 minutes, okay? Let's keep going because I haven't even started. Okay, so how did it develop? I want to read this to you because I formed it so well on the I grew up in an alcoholic family where I was surrounded by aggressive parents. I used to say, and I'm going to say this, I used to say my life changed in two places forever. The first place was when I first saw my father beat up my mother to blood. The second time my life changed forever is the first time I beat up my father for saving my mom. Those kids are never the same anymore. It's not going to be the same anymore. So, even as a small child, my parents' life were always in focus. And already at the age of 5 and 6, I developed the personality of always wanting to help other people's lives. Since I couldn't get attention from my family, I gained my self-esteem from what I was able to produce for others. I was professional of coming into a situation and knowing what you want. Knowing how to please you and knowing what does it mean that I don't care, it only cares the attention you can give me. And I want you to know I'm not doing that today. I'm not doing that today. I'm like, I care what you think, but not as much as I used to. You know, I am here because I believe in what I'm saying. And in other words, I became a hypocrite. I was always showing something else than what was really going on. I was disconnected with my emotions, and I was in an addictive behavior. That means that I was a hypocrite. And you know, here we can talk about a little bit about art. Art is a good place to do that. Art is a good place to be a hypocrite. You know what I mean? And also, ministry is a great place to be in an addictive behavior. To always trying to save others instead of speaking what's really going on in your heart. And if you do that long enough, it will disconnect your emotions, you forget who you are, you forget what you want to say, and the only thing left is the emptiness you feel about ministry, about art. And once you are in that place, the devil, I'm letting you know, the devil is ready to come. And he's going to come with something to, hey, do you want to feel better? Just a little bit of this. You want to feel better? Let me give you my phone. Also, I totally lost my thought. Okay, so addictive behavior. When I became a pastor, I was a hypocrite for so many years that there came a time when my soul was fed up with all the lies. And when I talk about lies, lies can be when you speak about what you believe is true, but it's not in your heart. So lie can be that you talk about something instead of talking about what's really you should talk about. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It's a different language. So I was fed up, and when I say a lie, yes, I always loved God, but my soul hurt too much not to end up with drugs. Crystal meth gave me such an euphoria instead of pain that I thought I would never be able to get rid of it. I sacrificed anything and anyone for that feeling. My dying father actually had his money behind his back under the pillow because they knew that I was troubled. And I didn't care, I took it. I took my sister's money. I took my parents who are actually very poor. When I was craving, I did anything for them. And I want you to know, I don't want you to be in that position. If there is anything I can do for you to prevent that, I would love to do that for you. It's important to remember that taking drugs is very good. And in the beginning, it gives you all that you miss. Because you feel empty. You want to be connected. You want to be free. You want to get over your problems. And it will give you. It will give you for years. It will give you in the church. God is in the church. No, drugs is in the church. And drugs is on the street. I am going to do this prevention into schools, and 14 years old kids are telling me that they can buy crystal meth at the gate. 14 years, at the gate of the school. And I think it's important. I think it's important for us not to think that, yeah, I have nothing to do with it. Maybe today. But I hope we will be the person who can save others, who can help others not to be in addiction. Okay, let's keep going. How many minutes is done? It was done like 10 minutes ago. Okay. Yeah. I have a couple of things to say. Okay, so once you are in addiction, I want you to know that addiction denies itself. So once you hear these sentences, I could stop anytime if I wanted to. That person is in danger. Addiction hinders the truth. Sometimes it's because of my father, it's because of what happened to me, it's because of the politics, it's because of the time that I live. That's the reason for my addiction. If you hear these lines, they are in great trouble. And finally, and this is the most painful for me because it happened with me, addiction alienates you from yourself. I hope I say it right. So it depersonalizes you. It alienates you. It means that actually you will feel your body, you touch your own hand, and it feels like somebody else's. You listen to your voice, but when you speak, you feel like you're outside of yourself, and you don't know this person. And it's really hard to reconnect. And I want you to know, and I want to finish with this. After 15 years of using, on my birthday, I was with my father. And my father gave his life for alcohol. He died in addiction. All of my relatives are actually addictive personalities. Everybody, in my parents' side and my mother's side. My mother today is using drugs and alcohol. And I was on my birthday with my father, and I don't know why, but my father stepped up to me and headbutted me on my birthday. He fell down, and I think it was a grace moment. I had a vision. I had a vision and I had a feeling. The feeling was that I am done with drugs. The second one, this is the last time I see my father. It was the vision. So I went to sleep. I went to sleep for a couple of days. I came back. I told my father that, Father, this is the last time we see each other. He was like, what are you talking about? I said hi. I said bye to him. And I went to a rehabilitation center because I really felt that I don't just have to stop drugs, but I have to rehabilitate, whatever you say it. So I need to be a new person. And a couple months later, my father died. And since then, I am in recovery, and I'm very happy that I can share this with you. Just give me a clap, please. Just a couple of questions for you to think about during the day. What am I too permissive about myself? What should I change that I know it's wrong? I know it's wrong, but I don't change it. What is it? The second question, is there something that you have faced several times, but you don't want to be aware of it still? The third one, what do you think for you? What does it mean by addiction for you? What is it addiction for you? How do you feel about your failures? How do you feel about your brokenness? Are you even aware of your brokenness? And what about the artist identity? I would love to be able to talk about this. We don't have time, but I'm asking the questions. Can artist identity is a kind of drug use? Are you using identity of an artist so you be feeling all the time something that you don't have inside of you because you feel empty? So is it a drug use for you? And maybe the last one, what kind of addictions are you familiar with? That's it. That's all the questions I have. It's a great honor that I can be here with you. I will be here for 4 days, and if you trust me enough, that my story was open enough for you, and if you have any questions or struggles, just come and we can have a discussion. Thank you.
So beautiful. What a powerful message. Thank you, Olivér. So, as a reminder, because I forgot to say this before I invited Olivér up to speak, you may want to consider these questions that Olivér was asking because, for those of you who maybe have lost mental touch with the schedule, this morning is when small group is happening, not tonight. So this morning, after the check-in, or tune-in, excuse me, from 9:45 to 10:45, we have the small group. So if these questions are on your mind and you're pondering over these things in your heart, you can share that and talk about that in your small group. I would encourage you to do that. Now, for our next moment, we are going to be singing a couple of songs with singers Olivér Tóth and Boglarka Utsko? No? Okay. Don't even try. We're going to sing. And I'm going to sit down, if that's okay with you.